Good afternoon. Welcome back to Five Nations Roller Derby. It's the playoffs.
It is. Oh my gosh.
I'm MC and I'm back on the mic. They let me back on.
And I'm Coco. First time on the stream today, so I hope you don't all hate it.
Yeah, I'll tell you. If I'm hating it, I'll let you know.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I know I can trust you on that one.
But first of all, I should let you know who's playing today. So we've got a match-up between the Inhuman League and Kent Men's Roller Derby. And the Inhuman League, they're playing in black today with a little bit of red, but it's mostly black. And yeah, we've got their list of who's on track for them today. So we've got 041, Jason Slaisland, 07, Dead Sheeran, 100, Taylor Dawson, 182, Knievel, 21, Blocky, 316, Skate Pliskin, 5, Gaviscon, 500 is Grace Ventura, 644, Gigantor, 66, Double Tap, 769, Pelican, 810, Fenno, 90, Dorney, 93, Crash Test Barbie, 95, Nix, and breaking with doing these in numerical order, also 418, Knievel.
Late edition, so they get added onto the bottom. In our yellow/gold, whatever they will be called as today, we have Kent Men's Roller Derby. So on 0, we have Pro, 013, Zig, 117, Chief, 14, Besky Drock, 17, Tiggs, 1912, Skate Winslet, 47, K-Train, 50, Bullseye, 63, Quigley, 66, Brute, 7, Crash Mat, 789, Nesta Vipers, and 511, Hard as Kales. So, this is our first MRDA semi-final of the weekend.
Semi-final, yes, and so to get here, they played in men's Tier 2, MRDA Tier 2, in the North Division, which they topped.
They did, yes.
And Kent Men's Roller Derby, they were in the South Division, they came second. But who knows how it will go today?
Yes, I mean, I was just talking to UMC before this and say they're both very, very strong teams. I've played both teams in the past, and yeah, you remember.
So they did meet each other, but it was a few months ago now. It was back in May, and back in May, Till won the game, but
yes.
A lot changes over the months.
Yes, I mean, it's been a common theme over the weekend that there's been either skaters that haven't been able to make it throughout the season, or they haven't been able to make it today, and they're just showing up for, they haven't been able to play in the season, but they've showed up today. So a lot of things change, and as you probably already have heard, it is absolutely roasting in here.
Oh, it really is roasting.
It really is.
I'm just sat here and I'm hot.
We're not doing anything. And up first is Gaviscon for the Inhuman League, and he is your lead jammer.
But Kent's jammer is out as well, and that is Skate Winslet.
Yeah, Skate Winslet absolutely putting the power on there. You've got a massive wall up front, slays them as usual, causing all of the havoc.
But it looks like Skate Winslet did manage to score 1 point there before the call-off.
Nice, and not quite calling it off in time, Gav, for that one.
So it's always nice to sneak that point in.
Always.
You don't get a lead, but you still scored something. Bit of excitement.
Just gets them off 0.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
One jam in, both teams already on the board.
Exactly.
Have you got a pivot line start?
Not for long, not for long. Everybody's been doing this today. So we've got Nesta Vipers for Kent.
And we've got Double Tap for the Inhuman League.
We have Double Tap, really, really fast skater, just aged out of Junior Roller Derby, straight into MRDA. Big hit.
I tell you what, we're seeing some fantastic junior skaters coming through to adult roller derby.
It makes the rest of us want to retire.
But these walls are really holding strong here.
Yeah, you've got Brute and Chief, who are absolutely sterling blockers. And it is Nesta Vipers managed to squeak through for lead, but Double Tap is right on their tail.
So let's see what happens here. Are they going to chase each other down, or are we going to get a call off? What is going to happen? They're both going into the pack. Big
hit from Brute. Absolutely massive, which means that there was no pass for Double Tap, but 2 for Nesta.
Now, seeing Chief out there on track, Chief looks a bit familiar from the recent games.
Yeah, right? So we decided that, skating in a game wasn't enough for him today. And, has had a good warm-up doing 2 games of reffing.
I mean, it's very relaxing doing the reffing, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it is.
So, Jam 3 coming up now. We've got Skate Pliskin on for the Inhuman League.
Massive push through on the inside to get him lead jammer.
And Tiggs from Kent Roller Derby now out as well.
Yeah.
And I can hear the Till bench shouting, call it, call it. And that call off was in time.
Yeah. It's very small point numbers for each of these jams, isn't it?
It is, yes. So we've had 3 jams already, and it's 6 points to 3.
Yeah. So it's something like 2, 3. I think the biggest scoring jam so far was 4. So.
But, compare it to watching football, that's already a high football score.
It is, yeah. Till starting this jam at a deficit. We got 2 in the box, so the pivot, which Skate wins it, completely takes advantage of there.
Yeah, Skate wins it out very quickly, but Gaviscon has managed to fight their way through for Till and is also out the front.
3 blockers now in the bin for Till.
What can their 1 blocker on track do? Well,
not a lot.
I was going to say pretty well, and just then Skate wins it, found that way through, and it's pretty easy to find a way through when you're up against 1 blocker.
Yeah, yeah. So it's been quite a fast pack up until this point, but now Kent are putting the brakes on.
But both jammers now trying to make their way through at the same time.
And full 3 there for Skate Winslet and 1 for Gav.
And that means it's a 1-point game at this point. We have Till are on 11, Kent Men's Roller Derby 10. It gets a bit harder to work out the points difference later on, but right now I can tell you it's 1 point.
I mean, that's some quick maths. So, the amount of times I probably would have messed that up.
I did A-level maths, That's what it was for.
But this is actually, it's a lot closer than I was anticipating for this so far.
And Nesta Viper's out as lead very quickly there.
Yeah, double tap. Not far, but we'll see how Nesta takes advantage of this very well, in fact.
Very well. Well, that is some amazing work on the outside line there.
Perfect.
And a quick call-off as well.
Perfect. Yeah, 4, call it.
So
that's it.
That, I think, is our first lead change.
It is our first lead change. Oh my gosh, are they going to do this to us? They're going to do this
Just
to
constant lead changes.
We weren't already sitting on the edges of our seat. We're going to be doing it even more.
Don't fall off.
I'll try not to, but I can't promise anything.
So, believe it or not, we're going to the 6th jam. We've only had 5 minutes.
Yeah, very, very short jams, quick points call it, that's it.
And we're seeing some familiar names jam. We've got Skate Pliskin up for the Inhuman League again.
Yeah, he seems to be struggling a little bit at the with those walls at the back.
Yeah, we're seeing some really strong walls here. It's quite easy to focus on the jammers, and actually it's worth spending a bit of time looking at the blockers, the great work they're doing. It
has been one of those things that I will continually say about Kent is they have some absolutely amazing walls, really, really strong.
And I tell you what, I mean, having seen the results through the season, Till have had some very strong results this year.
Yes.
They've beaten Brummies quite soundly. They beat Kent by a fair margin earlier in the year. They got quite close to Tyne and Fear. I was expecting they might find this game relatively easy. They aren't at the moment. Yeah,
I mean, to be honest, what I feel like it's going to come down to who can maintain the headspace for long enough.
Yeah.
I genuinely believe that that's what it's going to come down to, because obviously both have come out really, really strong, really heavy, and there's only so long that you can maintain that, and it's how they've trained in order to get there. I think this is that Art Hole who is jamming?
I do believe it is. Yep. I know both the teams have a relatively short jam rotation, and so it looks like they're bringing in some people who perhaps don't jam so often during the season.
Yeah. There was a little bit of a miscommunication there. Skatewin thought that they had a penalty, but it was not. That is one strong till 3 wall now, but nothing compared to the offense that's coming in.
But Art Hull managed to push the Kent wall far enough forward. They had to let him go. They went out of play at the front of the pack, and so Art Hull now has lead.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that today as well. Taylor Dawson running Skatewinds all the way back. We can see the bench going, say, Art Hull, just keep going, keep going.
I tell you what, if they keep playing like this, they're going to get put on a heavier rotation.
Yeah, definitely. Because I haven't seen Art Hull play so far this season. I'm not sure if it's a new transfer in, but they seem to be doing quite well for themselves.
Yeah, so they've been with Till for a little while now. They came over from Grimsby.
There we go. Right, fantastic. Thank you for that information.
Research.
Yeah.
So yeah, Art Hull still pushing through. Still has leads, but gets knocked out to the outside there once more.
I think as soon as Kent are getting their walls together, it's difficult. To be honest, I think that's actually the same from both sides. Oh, Slazen with a trademark final knockout there.
Yeah, just as the jammer thinks they made it through, nope, got to recycle all the way back.
Yeah. Da-da-da-da-da.
In fact, might be quite glad the jam ended at that moment.
Definitely. Like your soul leaves your body, I think, as soon as Slazen makes contact with you.
And so with 6 points in that jam, that takes the Inhuman League up to 17, which is
another league change!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that was a long jam, that one.
It was. I think, was it the full 2 minutes, though? If it wasn't, it was close.
Yeah. We're looking towards our producer who's looking scared as hell right now.
Had one job.
Don't make her cry.
Producers have a lot of jobs. Many, many jobs.
So little time out here, just having a natter on. I think the referee's just checking what happened in the last jam, I think. Just like I said, there was just a little bit of confusion. Skate Winslet went to take themselves to the box, but I think what it was rescinded. So I'm sure we'll find out.
That's probably what they're talking about. But I mean, could be. Yeah, what are you doing after this? You fancy a meal?
Yeah.
Step up meal?
How hot are you right now?
Yeah.
How many times have you changed your ref shirt today?
I don't think I'll have to ask. I think they can just tell by the odour.
I literally bought a second T-shirt to double check.
Yes, I should have done that. I'm sorry. I apologise.
Oh, it's fine. I haven't changed yet. We've only got 2 more games. It can last.
That's fine.
I think we're all in the same level right now of we know we're all sticky. So everybody's together.
And we probably smell a lot better than those skaters.
Yeah, I mean, I think we need to at some point take a questionnaire of who actually washes their kit, because there's a surprising lack of people that do.
But even if they do, they're probably staying in a hotel tonight. They're probably not going to wash it before tomorrow. It's going to be damp.
Oh, yeah, that's the worry about tournaments. I've done tournaments before, and then you put your kit back on, and it's so gross.
Yeah.
So gross.
Oh, dear.
But at least they're only playing 1 game today.
Yes, but one tomorrow.
Yeah, 1 tomorrow. Either way, 1 tomorrow.
So yeah, because they've this is the semi-final, so win or lose, they will be playing tomorrow. These playoffs need to settle not just first and second, but also who's third. There's medals to give out.
Yes, we'll get medals. I mean, we've already got from each of our divisions, we already have our medals from that. But obviously, this is the entire of the North and the South, so they will get 2 sets of medals.
Medals for the overall tier.
Yes.
And who doesn't love medals?
Right. I mean, they'd make it nice jangly around your neck.
I wish someone would give me a medal.
Should we just take one?
Here we go. We've got Gaviscon on for the Inhuman League, who has made it out.
Nesta Vipers not far behind.
Right, so Gaviscon's going to be looking to hit and quit. Can Gaviscon get all 4 points before calling it?
No, I believe that must have been 2.
Was it even 2? Let's have a look. What was it?
It was. It would only be if they no. So I don't think he managed to pass any at the rear, because if he'd got one, he would have obviously got the box. But yeah,
Would have made all the difference.
Yeah.
Pass one, also get the box point for the Kent skater who's sat in the penalty box just off to the right of your screen.
Yeah. So 0-0 as we stand on that jam. Just having a little quick discussion. Yep. We're fine.
That was a quick discussion.
It was a quick discussion. I think they were just checking the points, but it hasn't been altered, so we're all good.
Need to get those points right.
Of course. So double tap for Inhuman League.
And we've got Tiggs back on for Kent.
Yeah. I do wonder how slippery that floor is.
Oh! Well, it's slippery, but it doesn't stop you skating, apparently.
No, apparently not. Or apex jumping. So you've got Tiggs was second out, but is actually in front of double tap. Yep, forcing the call off.
Very sensible call off there.
Very sensible, yeah.
Tiggs would have been favourite to score if they both hit the pack there.
But yeah, so it's, I think a lot of it as well is, I know people are like, oh, no, it doesn't matter what weather it is, but when you're playing in this heat, it actually does make a huge difference. Why expend the energy that you don't need to?
It's a good point, and although this is their only game today, they've got to play again tomorrow. They don't want to be completely exhausted.
Exactly. And I've been informed that that was the first lead for double tap this game.
Oh, well, congratulations, double tap.
Yeah.
This time we have got Skate Pliskin out as lead for the Inhuman League.
Yeah, we got Nesta Vipers fighting that till wall at the back. Tried to take the outside, but recaptured.
And Pliskin also fighting against a fierce wall there. Tried outside, trying inside.
Yeah.
Oh, just knocked to the outside again. Oh, yes, need to recycle.
Need to recycle. So Nesta is just bouncing around at that front. Even though he's not lead, obviously is out. Skate Pliskin is actually having a bit of a hard time right now. Brute digging in.
And really big taps to call off to make sure that the referees definitely see it.
Yeah, it's really hard being a jammer ref in the inside, especially when the the jam is hiding behind another blocker on the outside. Yeah, I can't see you, mate.
Now, I've seen some jammers think the cool way to cool off is very gentle. It's taps that you can barely see. And that's not the best way to get the jam called off quickly.
Yeah, I tell some of my skaters off for that. I'm just like, no one can see this.
But it's cool. It makes you look really cool if no one can see it. Yeah.
Tap the hips.
So, Gaviscon on for the Inhuman League.
Yeah, trying to take that outside, but got clipped. So that means it got time for Tiggs to go.
Oh, that was some nice work on the inside line, ducking at the right moment.
Definitely.
But Gaviscon out as well. So,
sorry.
Will it be a 4-0 jam? Can Tiggs get past enough skaters before Gaviscon gets back to the pack?
It depends on what he's doing. Yeah, he got the full 4 with a little apex jump at the end.
Which means we have a tied game.
Oh, gosh.
20 points, plays 20 points.
I don't think that either of these teams anticipated how this game was going to go.
What do you think they anticipated?
I think that... obviously, as Kent has lost to them before, they have the experience of playing against them, and they understood what they were walking into and the possibility that they were going to lose. Whereas, from prior experience, that's a cut track for double tap.
Yeah, out pack first, but cut track, so doesn't count.
So they've got experience from 4 months ago, so it would be completely understandable to work off that experience.
Because they're all going to be aware of what the past scores have been. They're going to know things might change, but not necessarily that they will change. Yeah,
and I mean, the two very established teams, so it's not going to change that much.
Well, you wouldn't think so, but perhaps that is what we're seeing right here.
Yeah, I see. I mean, obviously both teams have been working hard. That was so close.
So Skate Winslet still hasn't made it out, but is still eligible to earn that lead as soon as they do get through.
Yeah. So they just need to get out and through.
And they have got lead now.
Yeah, that is exactly what I would have done. Exactly.
Very sensible call
Yeah.
off there. Double tap was in front. Was going to be coming back in, ready for their first scoring trip.
Yeah, exactly. So both teams held to 0-0 on that one.
So it's still 2020.
Please no, it's not 2020 anymore.
Oh God!
Please,
Oh no!
please no.
That was horrible memories. Yes.
We can actually play now. That's the difference. So that was actually the first power jam of the game.
Really? Oh well, that is
Yes.
early for the late for the first power jam.
That's what I was going to say. Jam 12. That's really good.
That jam 12, but we're not even halfway through the period. These are short jams.
Yeah. So I think we're going to be looking at 20 odd. I mean, depending on whether or not we get other power jams that will run longer, if we still continue going at this rate, a 20 jam, 22 jam half is high.
It could very well happen.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, that doesn't necessarily mean that scoring is going to stay at this level. It might be,
No.
may very well be that scoring picks up as we get through the game. It's exciting seeing these tight jams.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't be at all surprised if we end up near the end of the game with some higher scoring jams, perhaps some more power jams as teams get a bit more desperate to pull away. Because we've had 3 scoreless jams, of course, already. Thank you, producer. And this isn't part of a league anymore. These are the playoffs. It's win or lose. It doesn't matter what the margin is. What these teams have to do is win. Yeah,
exactly. So we've got Pliskin up again and Nesta Vipers. So we'll see how this goes. We have 1 in the box for each, Kent and Till.
Okay, nice and even. Oh, that's a nice tap out. And yes, Pliskin takes advantage and gets the lead.
Just in that inside line there. Oh, Nesta, some nice footwork, kept hold of it.
Surprised though that the Till blocker's there. I don't think they realised that he was on the inside.
So,
yes.
Yeah. I waited for the full call there, but that was a forearms on Skate Pliskin there, so this will run for the 2 minutes.
And I think Pliskin was well aware of that as well. No surprise for him being sent off.
So we have Kent blocker going to the box as well for a cut track. So you've got a really strong wall from Till on there right now.
And they're going to need it.
Yeah. You've got Slazen basically just absolutely beasting everyone. That was clean. Perfect. Absolutely clean from Nesta.
Very nice. So that's 4 points there to Nesta Vipers. And, Skate Pliskin has returned to the track. Is just level with Vipers.
Oh! That was so beautiful. Followed him through.
That was nice work there.
That was super
Lovely
nice
to
work.
see.
Yeah, Nesta absolutely braining the game there.
But Pliskin's struggling a bit on this trip.
Yeah, I think potentially...
Just as I say
just
that.
as you say, there we go.
Straight down the inside line on 1 foot, making it look easy.
He's obviously aware that it's going to be a 2-minute jam, trying to conserve a little bit of energy. I think Nesta's feeling the same right now. He does only have 2 to get past. There we go.
And did so, making it look very easy.
Yeah, so we've got Slazen back on the track, and they're going to do the offence, or they were going to do the offence for Pliskin, but they are now making the wall against Nesta.
So sometimes particularly if you're a bit short of blockers on track, you have to decide which one.
We saw it.
Pliskin being sent to the box again.
Yeah. So Kent will start on a power start.
So this is good advantage for Kent, particularly as Pliskin's only just gone to the box, so we'll be spending 30 seconds in there, unless Kent's jammer gets sent off, which they will be trying hard not to.
Oh, well, we hope, fingers crossed. But that was the biggest scoring jam so far, 14 points.
And that takes Kent into quite a handy little lead, 34 points, place 26.
It's nice to have that in their pocket, definitely. I mean, look at the offense you've got going on there for Tiggs. Beautiful.
And straight out as lead, and all Pliskin can do is sit in the box and watch.
Yeah. I mean, I love Chief to bits, but I would not want to have him coming for me doing offense.
No.
It's just wow, that run back from Fenno. Jesus.
So Pliskin returns to the track, has removed the helmet cover. Sometimes works as a tactic. Maybe he's thinking of passing it to the pivot, maybe not.
Maybe, but I think Kent knows where he is. Kent definitely knows.
But he's got through it and he's out the front of the pack.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that Tiggs is going to not long call it. We'll see how that... Yeah, there we go. That's the call. Just coming in for a scoring pass.
Yeah, managed to get the call, I think, before Pliskin passed anyone, so no points for Till in that one.
And just a 4 on top for Kent. But every point counts.
It's on top, so that extends their lead now to 12 points. 12 points could easily change in the space of just one jam, but you take any sort of lead. And, we've seen a lot of jams where a team scoring 2 points, 3 points, 4 points at that rate. A 12-point lead sounds great.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the amount of change-up we've seen across the day so far, like, you can't take anything for granted right now. We got Skate Winslet up for Kent.
And Art Hole is out first. Bart, no, straight to the box.
See, this is the worry. You start getting a little bit stressed out, a little bit desperate, taking a couple more chances than you should.
And I was just enjoying watching the box there. Art Hole went to the box, found someone already sat in his seat, sat in a different seat, and then a bit of musical chairs.
Musical chairs are brilliant.
So Art Hole in the box. It's Skate Winslet's to see what he can do. How many points can he score during this power jam?
I mean, hasn't. Oh yes, is lead jammer, so has done their initial pass.
Yep.
So it's just a case of points now. They still do have Art Hole's initial pass to deal with. So depending on how long Art Hole gets held to their initial, will definitely make a difference as to.
So Art Hole's done a star pass now, and that was very effective.
Yes.
Star pass to their pivot, who is straight out, and that is 8-1-0 Fenno. But the call-off timed perfectly, so we've ended up with the Inhuman League not scoring. Oh, apparently they scored 1 point in that jam. Interesting. I didn't see that 1 point.
No, I didn't see that either.
But 6 points to Kent, and I don't know quite when they scored the 1 point. 7, another point slipping onto the board there.
It must have just been one off the back. So yeah, obviously we don't have all of the direction, so we're going to trust in the referees on this one.
Absolutely. The jam referees, they're right there. They can see the points more clearly than we can.
Exactly. So Gaviscon is out for your lead jammer. Unfortunately, Nesta is going to have a little sit down for this one.
Okay, yeah. Why is he having a sit down? Bit tired?
I didn't catch why, but maybe it is just he's a little bit tired.
I think there might have been a penalty, actually. I think.
That's the more likely story.
We've got Gaviscon coming round through the pack, encountering quite a fearsome Kent wall at the front, trying different ways, side to side.
And the penalty is going to be given to K-Train for destruction. Destroying the pack. Nesta Vipers has returned to track now, so we'll see. He's still got his initial to do. Still got an initial to do, so Gaviscon's going to keep fighting through. Or not. Has completed this trip and then decided to call it. I guess not feeling confident enough to go again. They're getting another trip before the opponent started scoring. So they've put 12 on the board, which is quite a nice, sizable amount. So 6 between the two. Only 6 points between the teams. Yeah, 45 to Kent, plays 39 to Till. Yeah, so that was Kent's first jammer penalty, as opposed to, I think, what we've had 3 or 4. I think it's making quite a difference in the game. 4 on Till's jammers. Yeah. And, in fact, that was Till's biggest scoring jam, 12 points. Yeah, I think they've obviously definitely took advantage of that power jam. Absolutely, you've got to take advantage of power jams. I mean, they're your best chance to score, particularly in relatively
low-scoring game like this, a lot of the jams,
Yeah.
it's hard to get through and rack up those points. Power jam's your perfect opportunity. That's what they did. They took advantage.
Well, you've got all of your own team available to do offense for you. Hopefully, make your life hopefully make your life easier.
Sometimes they'll go to the box.
No, never. Why would they do that to us?
So the ref's having a bit of a chat here. Who knows what they're chatting about? It could be a penalty, could be the points, could be about the temperature, about what a lovely trip they've had to Sheffield. It's a very nice city.
It is. I mean, there's a lot of concrete right now that is very warm.
I mean, I lived in Sheffield for many years. I can recommend the city highly, and I think maybe they're just having a chat about the sites.
Yeah, there's a great place called Church, and it's not an actual church, but it's called Temple of Fun, and they make awesome burgers.
Oh,
yes.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, it's so good.
I need food later. So we've got double tap out quickly as lead for Till. Whereas Tiggs is still struggling through the pack for Kent. We've got 2 blockers for Till up front, doing a great job of holding Tiggs back.
I mean, one of them Slayshams, one of them's Taylor Dawson, but unfortunately the multiplayer has been given.
Yep, they were grabbing onto each other at the wrong moment.
For dear life.
Don't get through here, I will hold on, which is not allowed.
No.
So that is 4 points for the Inhuman League, which means that they've closed that gap now to just 2 points.
Right, Tiggs has just gone for a sit down for a cut track.
Ah, cut track there late on. Okay, so there's another chance for the Inhuman League. They're starting with a power jam. Can they make the most of it?
I would have thought so. They're going to throw everybody at this 3-wall.
Oh, so starting with a split pack. Unusual.
It's how quickly your jammer can move.
It was a forearm penalty, though. They could not take advantage.
Oh, so Tiggs will return to track.
But we will see. Tiggs could return to track, but hasn't yet done so.
Yeah.
Once they're told to leave the box, they don't have to return to track immediately. Can decide to stand around if they want.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the best tactical advice I would ever say, but yeah.
But now Pliskin's back on as well, because they both serve the same amount of time in the box, and that is the time that they actually have to serve, not counting time that they then spend not leaving the box.
Yeah. So unfortunately, Tiggs' foot just literally got out there just a touch, so he has to be recycled all the way back. Meanwhile,
Pliskin's made it through. We're going to have a 2-minute jam here because both the jammers have had a sit down. No, that's not correct. Of course it's not, because Tiggs started in the box, which means that Tiggs was able to earn lead. Always worth remembering that rule.
Yes.
So yeah, it's so when you sat in the box, if you've had a penalty, when you sat in the box and the box staff say you're done, that means you can leave.
Yeah,
you can leave the
go.
box. You don't have to though. You can. I mean, you kind of have to leave the box, but you can just sort of start. Have to get straight back on the track.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, sometimes it might not be the best opportunity to get on the track at that point.
That's a good point.
So.
Yeah, sometimes it might be worth waiting for the pack to come round. But Gaviscon has lead for Till. I think he was a bit surprised by it. I don't think Gaviscon realised that they made it through cleanly. So that lead call was a nice signal.
I think there was something else that was upsetting
Oh, okay.
from what I can tell.
Well, even if something else was upsetting them, I think going through and now completing their first scoring trip might cheer them up a bit.
Yeah. So they've got Slaysham as their offence. So he's got... Oh! So, so Skate Winslet will sit down for a high block, which is an odd one.
But Slaysham is also sitting down for Till. So we're getting fewer people on track, just 5 blockers on track now.
Yeah.
And it can make it a bit harder for them to keep the pack. They need to make sure that the 2 teams stay within 10 feet of each other. And yeah, Kent weren't doing that, which is why K-Train has now also been sent to the box.
Yeah. So penalty trouble is where it's where it causes issues. I think it's not the skill, it's not the tactics, it's who can have the least penalties at times.
Sometimes it makes a big difference.
Huge,
yeah.
Huge, especially jam penalties.
I mean, look at Gaviscon there. Okay, just trying to sail around the outside there. Did that work? Did they get some points at the end there? And that was a 20-point jam for the Inhuman
Yes,
League. 20.
lead change.
Lead change. Oh, we need to work on doing that in unison.
Yeah, so...
So 63 to the Inhuman League. That's 45 to Kent, who didn't score in that jam. So 18-point lead now for Kent. But we've got an official review.
Yes. So Kent called that official review.
So we don't yet know what they're reviewing. Our producer's gone to find out, so we'll be able to let you know shortly. But it could be anything. Could be something that might change something in that. Well, it'd be something that could change something in that last jam if it's successful. Could it change the points? Could it lead to someone going to the box?
I mean, usually I can guess what it's going to be, but for this one, I'm not 100% sure.
It's also worth mentioning we've only got 4 minutes left in the period.
Yeah.
And if they don't use their official review, then it's lost at the end of the period. So sometimes teams near the end of the period might call an official review on something they're not so confident on. They're just having a bit of a go at.
Yeah.
You never know.
Gives you a little bit of a longer break than a timeout.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, but it looks like there is something being brought to the table here. It might have something to do with Skate Winslet. I mean, personally for me, I won't try and call official reviews on blockers, either to get a blocker in the box or a blocker out of the box.
What if that blocker was about to foul out if they had 7 penalties?
Well, it's tough to be them.
They shouldn't get so many penalties.
No, generally... the most impactful things that you'll want to call an official review for are jammer penalties and points.
Yeah.
So just got to... I have, on a number of occasions when I've benched, I've turned around to my team and I'm like, I am not calling an official review for a blocker penalty. It's not happening. Please don't ask me.
It's lovely seeing the camaraderie in the centre. We've got the bench and captain for each team, and getting on famously there, having a bit of a hug, having a chat.
Yeah.
A lot of sports you wouldn't see this. It's a really nice thing when you see it in roller derby.
Just like, ha, 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 ha. So, yeah, we've... so that last jam literally took Inhuman League from behind right out in front. Quite a differential.
So let's see whether that stays the case. Have they found some egregious difference of opinion, something that was missed that would completely change that? Seems unlikely, but if they have, that would be why they're rushing in for an official review.
Yeah, I think it's situations like that. If you've seen something that will actually make a difference, go for it. Go for it, why not?
Alternatively, have they seen something that's not very impactful, probably won't win, but they'd like a breather?
Yeah. I think Kent are actually taking the advantage with that right now. So,
and of course, we've just seen a lead change, and quite a big lead change. Sometimes that is a really good point to take a breather, to stop things, let everyone regroup. Yeah,
definitely. Bit of a reset. Have a... Just centre yourself.
Centre.
Calm down cuddles.
Yeah.
Calm down cuddles are always good in that.
Time for a bit of yoga?
Maybe. Depends on how long it takes them to deliberate, which doesn't feel like it is. So looking at the jammer penalties, Till have got 5 jammer penalties and Kent have got 3.
Okay, so Till started off getting 4 quite early on. It looks like they've got them under control now, and Kent is starting to pick some up.
Yeah, I mean, the maximum penalties that we have across the board is 3.
Yep.
Which is actually not too bad for this
not too bad
at this stage in the game.
No, because we've nearly finished the first half. If they continue that rate of penalty getting through the game, then they still won't foul out with 7. So we're just hearing from the producer about what that review was on.
So Till want the high block call on Kent on turn 1 when lead was called. No call stand, no impact seen.
Okay, yep, so they clearly thought they had a good case there. They were hoping to get Kent's jammer back in the box, but they did not succeed.
Yeah, so carries on as normal.
But what they have succeeded at is getting lead double tap out as lead and back for the first scoring trip.
So it feels like Till have changed up their tactics a little bit. Like, it's really making those really slow forced walls on, especially Nesta Vipers here, just keeping him super slow. I think normally Till will run as a 2-2.
So what do you mean by 2-2 there?
So usually you'll have 2 as your defense, 2 as your offense, or they work well as quite a very split pack. So they'll come together when needed, but they've got a lot of breathing room around them. But at the moment, it seems like it's just super tight, super holding, because they know that Nesta is fast and will take advantage of any single line that is put in front of him.
And Double Tap is getting through despite this. Not easily, but Double Tap is getting through. It's completed a scoring trip there. Having a go at another one. Nope, called it off now. Fair enough.
Yeah, I think we're getting to a point, it's getting... everybody's getting a bit tired.
We're near the end of this period, but we've got another one to go.
Yeah, exactly. So we just need everybody to be alive.
Yeah, I really like it when people are alive.
Yeah, I mean, it tends to be good. Like, it's too much paperwork.
Yeah.
That's the way.
I mean, we do have some excellent medics here.
We do. They're always looking after us.
So, Inhuman League scored 10 in that jam, so they've extended their lead. It's now got a 28-point lead.
So we've got Pliskin up to jam for Till, and takes right on his tail.
That was close. Pliskin actually got the lead, but is now behind on track. So Pliskin has decided very sensibly to call off before Tiggs can score any points.
I'm not sure why he looks so confused, but...
I think possibly having a look at his bench to see what they were suggesting.
Yeah.
And unsurprisingly, they were suggesting a call-off was the best move at that point.
I mean, yeah, it was.
But yeah, it's worth checking with the bench. Yeah, sometimes benches want you to run the jam. Yeah, perhaps they might want to run the clock down, finish the half quite quickly.
Yeah. I mean, I know it sounds odd, but for Kent, that is a win.
Yeah, why do you say that?
Well, basically because Pliskin getting out at lead, could have gotten the points on it, but didn't, because obviously forced to call it.
Kept it to a 0-0 jam.
Yeah, kept it to a 0-0 jam, and we've had it swapped over this time. So you got Skate Winslet is your lead jammer, and right on his tail is Art Hole.
Art Hole, who's doing very well. Yeah, absolutely.
And runs straight into the back of the blocker, so no points.
So Art Hole does sometimes jam, but isn't normally part of Till's main jammer rotation. It's on track more today, I think partly because of certain skaters who aren't on skates. They've got their 3 core jammers who we're seeing a lot of, but also Art Hole is really doing very well, scoring quite a few points for them.
Yeah. And Kent is suffering from some penalty trouble right now. They have 3 blockers in the box, and poor K-Train.
Poor K-Train.
Poor K-Train.
Standing on their own, on the track, desperately trying to block. It worked briefly, but no surprise.
I mean, I'm surprised it wasn't quicker.
No surprise with a jammer of Gaviscon's skill.
Exactly, yeah.
And look, that time, 3 blockers now on track. Gaviscon's still straight past them, probably quicker that time.
So we got Tiggs is your jammer, and out now. So we'll see what becomes of it.
So this is good news for Kent, that they can start hopefully force a call off. But no, Till have decided instead they're going to run the jam.
I mean, it's a good call from Till. Gaviscon's been one of, if not the strongest jammer, I think, on Till at the moment. Let him go.
And he's going.
Yeah.
He's going round and round. That's another 4 points. And Tiggs there.
Yeah, so that's a cut on Tiggs. There was a ghost cut.
A ghost cut?
Yes. So someone sneakily comes back.
Sneakily comes back.
So Tiggs thought they were coming in behind the person that hit them out. Someone else had ridden out.
Somebody else who wasn't the skater who knocked them out, somebody else comes back. And that's the person who they've come on, who has gained position on, and therefore they've cut.
Yeah. So we are 89 to Inhuman League, 48 to Kent Men's Roller Derby. We are coming into the half-time.
So at half-time, we've got a bit of a points differential, but we've seen how quickly these things can change. We've seen Kent in the lead earlier on in the game.
Yeah.
This could well change back.
I think what we need to see at the when we come back for the second half is how the mental attitude of Kent comes back after half-time, because I think that will definitely impact the second half.
I'll tell you one thing that might help them in that last jam. That was the first time in 7 jams that Kent have scored some points. That might get their hopes up again.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, they are going to start with ticks in the box in the second half.
It's unfortunate, but we've seen it's not an insurmountable problem.
No, not at all. Like I said, they're going to have a little bit of a break, chance to cool down, and we'll see where it comes back. So on that,
I've been MC.
And I've been Coco, and we will see you back in 8 minutes and 35 seconds. Thank you.
Welcome back.
We have myself, Coco.
And we have myself, MC. And we have a producer who's just taking a picture of us as we start talking.
Yeah, exactly. It's so beautiful. I was paying all of the attention, I promise. I promise. So, exciting game, this one.
Yep, so as you rejoin us, the Inhuman League 89 points, Kent Men's Roller Derby 48. That sounds like a fair old margin, doesn't it? It sounds like Till have got this. But if you actually watched the period, if you were here with us for it, Kent were in the lead for quite a portion of that, and then they got some penalty trouble with their jammers, and that's what made the difference there. So I think they're going to be really hoping that their jammers can stay out of penalty trouble, and if they can, if they can manage that, I think we could see them be very competitive in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I think I said, like at the beginning, I think it's going to be who can hold their heads the longest. Obviously, I think at the end of the last half, Kent started to get a little bit tired, and they were really clean. Like the jammers were so clean for the first, quarter of it, and then the penalty ones started the jammer penalties started to grow a little bit up to 4.
And now Till have actually had more jammer penalties, but they managed to not do so badly from them. They did struggle when they had those jammer penalties, when Kent had those power jams, but when Kent started getting in trouble, Till were able to take a big advantage.
Yes, I think from the penalty jams, Till definitely took more of an advantage of those. I think there was one of them was 20-point jam to Gaviscon.
Very impressive.
We've had 7 0-0 jams.
Yes, after talking about that 20-0 jam, we've had a lot of low-scoring jams as well.
Yeah, I mean, and like I was saying in the first half, the good thing that Kent have managed to do to not be leading points, as it were, is when they haven't got lead, they have been absolutely chasing down.
Oh, definitely.
Hugely chasing down. And I think that makes a huge difference and why we've seen so many 0-0 jams in this.
Absolutely, and we've seen a lot of, even when there is scoring, we've seen quite a lot of low-scoring jams, a lot of 2-0, 3-0, 4-0.
Yeah. And I mean, how many jams was it in the last half? Because quarter, it was 12 jams because they were so short.
So short, a lot of those jams, yep.
Yeah.
Yep, both the jams get out fairly quickly. One of them maybe scores a few points, calls it off.
Yeah.
And the other team generally getting none. So that's a short jam.
Yeah, I think it will be interesting to see how both teams come back from half-time, whether or not they'll be a little bit more measured, or whether or not they'll just come straight out and out of the gate. Yeah,
so I think one thing that made, really changed how the game was going in the last half was Kent had 6 jams in a row where they didn't score. But in the jam just before half-time, they did finally get some points on the board.
Yep.
Yes, it was a jam that was still won by Till, but will getting those points on the board change the atmosphere at half-time, give them renewed hope?
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, going into the second half, we do have a jammer penalty, so Tiggs is sat down in the box currently.
So, yep, Tiggs, Kent's jammer, who will be starting in the box, could still get lead in this first jam.
Could do. We've got, it's double tap, it looks like, who is standing there with the star on.
Now, double tap at the start of the game is struggling a bit to get leads. That's changed.
Yeah, that has changed. I think there's been a couple of things I think that have changed with both teams in terms of how they've played and how they've felt out the opposition. Double tap especially has realised, you know, the nature of the Kent walls and is doing his best to get around those.
And are we going to have a pivot line start?
Potentially. I mean, let's look what Brute's doing.
Yes. Yes, it was a pivot line start. They all started up at the front there. Gives the jammers a bit of a chance to accelerate, or in this case, just the one jammer.
Well, the good idea from this would be that Kent were trying to get in front, trying to get away from Till. They did okay, but again, double tap being the bouncy, tiny little line taker that they are, has made the most of that.
I wish I was as bouncy as that.
Yeah, we wish we weren't as old as that.
And Tiggs out the box. Oh, that
double tap is in it.
Full but still gets out.
Yeah, so double tap, even on those toe softs, unfortunately, one of them went out, so is now sitting for a 30-second penalty.
So now this is Tiggs' chance to show what they can do.
Yeah, so they've had their initial pass now. Obviously, you can't get lead jammer because it was already awarded. We'll run the full 2 minutes, and I think Till are just going to dig in and make this hell for
hell for Tiggs.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, Tiggs has been recycled to the back of the pack. And that is double tap has re-entered the pack as well.
So they've absolutely killed that power jam.
Yeah.
So there probably would have been a couple of points, but not a full pass.
But Tiggs still fighting away. So how many points can Tiggs get out of this?
We shall see. We shall
still
see.
Got 30 seconds left to score.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, double tap though, finding the gaps there.
Yeah, the change in direction, I think, is what is working really, really well.
I agree. Yeah, I think Kent have got strong walls, but they're not necessarily covering the entire track. If you're quick enough, you might be able to find the line around them.
I think as well, it's a case of being quick, but it's also a case of being stable. I think I said it in house earlier about another game. It's not necessarily that you're moving quickly, is that when you're being hit, you're able to recover from that and just keep going. I think if you're coming in fast, sometimes that's not going to work to your best advantage.
Interesting, yeah. And I think we are definitely seeing that. We're seeing some very skillful play here.
Amazing play, definitely, from both jammers and blockers alike.
So the Inhuman League extending their lead a bit there. They're on 99, just off that century. And they have Skate Pliskin in this jam,
who will now go to the box for a cut track penalty.
So it's a good opportunity. Nesta Vipers for Kent could earn lead, eligible to earn lead.
Eligible to earn lead. It was, just going back to that cut track on Pliskin, it was a very good read from Chief. So Pliskin had fallen down, foot had gone out. Obviously Pliskin didn't realise, but Chief had dropped back, and that was all it took. So Nesta is your lead. Oh, no, he's not. No, he's not.
So now Nesta has gone to the box, which means Pliskin will be released. And Nesta will end up serving the same exact amount of time that Nesta served.
Yeah, so that wasn't too long, I don't think. It definitely wasn't the full 30 seconds, obviously.
No, and in fact Nesta is now standing, which means less than 10 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
But Pliskin is doing some laps of the track.
Yeah, you've got that really strong three-wall there from Till, ready to take on Nesta. Dorney doing all of the run-backs today.
Yeah, that's got to be frustrating.
It's the worst, and I'm not even a jammer.
Time again, think, oh, I'm making some progress here.
Yeah.
Now I've got to go to the back again.
And it's worse when you're tired, because when you got fresh boots on, you're quickly back on the track. But when you're tired, it takes you that much longer to recover. And by that time, the blocker's way back.
And Pliskin not finding it easy, but did manage to get through for another 4 points there.
Yeah, he's going slow, taking the time. Knows it's a 2-minute jam, so he's going to take that.
I think
Okay.
is that Taylor Dawson going to the box? Yeah.
It is, yes. There was a point just there where I wasn't certain if Pliskin was going to come back on or not. He decided not to in the end.
Fair enough. It was the end of the jam anyway,
Yeah.
so probably no advantage at that point in coming back on.
So in that jam, Inhuman League have hit the century with 7 points taken by Pliskin.
Yes, by Pliskin.
Yes.
106 to the Inhuman League, 51 to Kent.
Oh, I wasn't aware that Kent didn't get any points in that jam.
Yeah,
Right.
it's but we're straight into another jam here.
Yep.
We've got Gaviscon on for the Inhuman League.
And we got Skate Winslet back on for Kent, trying to take that line, absolutely outpacing on the outside.
And that worked very well.
Worked
Winslet
really
has first lead in a while for Kent.
It is.
And Gaviscon has gone to the box, so power jam for Kent as well.
It is,
These,
yeah.
these are the kind of jams that can really make a difference.
Yeah, so Skate Wilson's really good at changing from side to side, which is only a benefit for them. And Kent is throwing full force at those till walls right now, just breaking them up.
Of course, they can focus on that during the power jam. And so Skate Winslet scores for Kent, but also calls it off, which means that we're going to start with a power jam.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to put it. So,
yeah, 4 points on the board for Kent. So
Wonderful.
just narrow that gap very slightly. But I think they'll be having a close eye on their score. How many can they score in this period? You know, Taylor on 106. Can Kent get to that 100 mark?
Yeah, well, we'll just have to see from that. I mean, obviously, all being well and good, 25 20-point jams, so 3 20-point jams, 2 25-point jams, that could work really well, but you don't
Easy as
always...
that.
Yeah, super easy, but that would be basically not skating against anyone. So Gaviscon has come out of the box like a rocket. Jam has been called flat due to
I think there's a
down skater.
Yep, possible injury. We've got medics here to attend to any injuries that come up.
Yeah. So.
And I think there's a concern there might be a little bit of blood on the track. So if there is, then need to make sure that's all sanitised before we get back to play.
That just needs to be cleaned instantly, health and safety reasons. So we're probably going to have a little bit of a longer time out now.
Okay, well, this might be a good time to reflect on what's been going on through the season.
Yeah.
So this year on the MRDA side of champs, we've had 2 divisions, and this is Tier 2. So 2 divisions in Tier 2, North and South. And yeah, Till did really well in their division this year. They absolutely stormed it.
I played in that tier, and yes, Till did storm it.
And perhaps that's not a massive shock. We've seen them do very well against Tyne and Fear. They were playing Tier 1. They came quite close this season, and at playoffs last year they took a very narrow win against Tyne and Fear. Yeah,
they also did MEC, so obviously that was a good indicator of the level that they were working at.
Yep, so whereas Kent, came second in the Southern Division, and that division was won by the Brummies, so we're going to see it up next. Playing Chaos.
See, that was a funny one because as well, Kent lost to Brummies in the division, but then they played the tournament a few months ago, and Kent came out on top.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
So everything changes, yes. And in fact, it looks like they came top by quite a way. 210 to Kent, 107 to Brummies.
Yeah, so quite a,
You'll be amazed at the facts I've got in front of me here.
I love it. I love it. I remember who won, who didn't, but I don't always have the exact facts, and having this in front of us is absolutely brilliant.
So, we're seeing... in fact, we're back to play here. So it's everything cleaned up, ready to go.
Yep.
So for the Inhuman League, we have Art Toll back on track.
Yeah, and we have Nesta Vipers for Kent, being rung back by Gigantor.
And Nesta Vipers out as lead.
Took that little bit of chaos from Dead Sheeran doing offense for his jammer to cause, you know, to have a little bit of that.
Yep, fighting through, making this scoring trip difficult.
So, Arsehole will sit down.
And unfortunately, the Black 9-1 decided to go through the middle of the track to go to the penalty box, which is not allowed. So that's 2 penalties. Going to have to sit down for a minute.
Oh, unfortunately, got to watch yourself on this one. They've been really hot on it, the refs today, not leaving the track on time, not going to the boxes correctly. And, you know, still, it's the rules. It's the rules. You just got to take it.
It's the rules. And you know, it's a safety thing, not skating through the middle, where there's people like non-skating officials, not on skates, not expecting skaters coming by them. It could potentially be dangerous.
Exactly. So we just got to look out for everybody on this. Nesta peeking through the middle of that wall. They're just stepping in.
Yeah, it was effective.
It was. I wonder whether or not this is going to cause quite a mental attitude change in both teams. It's going to be quite interesting to see. Tiny little gap there.
That was a lovely slip through it.
Yeah. One thing that Kent are quite good at is causing distractions in their offense. Like, offense doesn't always have to be about hitting. Like, a distraction is enough. So
Arsehole is back on track now.
Yeah, but that Kent are ready. Kent are ready,
yeah, absolutely. And that is the end of the jam. Kent, and what did they end up scoring there? Let's see the final score in that jam. Looks like, is that 15 points for Kent?
Yeah, has that last 3 gone in?
Yeah.
Yes, 15 points. Absolutely fantastic work. Really, really good.
And that is Kent's biggest total of the game so far in one jam. That's the kind of thing they want to be doing right now.
There is, yeah.
I know it's easy to say. Of course, everyone wants to score a lot of points, but they really need to. This is if they can do a few jams like that, they're right back in it.
Of course, yeah. And I feel like they do have it in them. Just got to keep themselves calm. Going like this.
They've got the difference back to 36 points. Yes, it's still a few jams difference, but that sounds a lot more manageable.
Well, we're not even 10 minutes into the second half.
Yeah, absolutely.
The worry is of them keeping that momentum. That is the huge part about it. So we're having an official timeout. Ideally, you wouldn't have a timeout there. You would go straight into it as a player.
If you were Kent.
Yeah, if you were Kent, you would go straight into that.
But if you were Till, perhaps you might welcome a bit of timeout.
Yeah. So you don't want ideally, you don't want the disruption of a timeout. It's an official timeout. So we have it. They're obviously discussing something. We're looking at it right now. So,
yeah, they would have called it because there's something they need to discuss at this point. Make sure they've got it right. Perhaps it's whether a penalty should have been called or not. Perhaps it's about the points. Perhaps it's something they've spotted that could be a danger. Who knows? But yeah.
I mean, it could even be discussing. The crossing of the middle of the track, just making sure everybody's on the same boat.
Could it be discussing the amazing announcing that they're hearing?
Well, they're not hearing us. They're hearing the in-house announcers.
They are missing out.
So, 91 is that Arsehole. So, so what that discussion was is that Arsehole has been ejected.
Oh, so that is an expulsion from the game.
That is an expulsion. So, gross misconduct for G.
Gross misconduct. G is misconduct, and in this case, is gross misconduct because they got expelled.
Ooh, yeah. So they weren't happy. They weren't happy when they were given the penalty. They then skated through the middle. So I have a feeling. Obviously, we can't hear what's going on, but I have a feeling that something was said.
Oh, that is possible. Yeah.
So
what happens at this point?
Well, there's still a lot more going on. One of the other jammers is not sitting. They would sit for the remainder of the penalty, but
let's find out what's happening here.
So our producer's going to go find out. Obviously, we can't hear what's going on.
So if that wasn't a new penalty, if it's the upgrading the existing one, it's already been served. So if that's the case, then there'd be no need for the jammer to start in the box.
Fair. Yes, that makes sense. So we are going to go into this with double tap as your jammer.
And we've got Skate Winslet for Kent.
We have, yes. So this is going to be interesting now. So Skate Winslet stuck on that outside by Dorney, but Brute coming in with grand old offence, using that beautiful side surf to get lead jammer.
That was very effective there. Lovely
nice,
to
wasn't
see.
It? Looks like star has been passed. Dorney now has the star.
Has the star for Till.
Yeah, but is really struggling up front with those blockers.
So this is exactly what Kent need right now.
Absolutely. Some offence by, Taylor Dawson.
So Dorney has made it out. Skate Winslet made it through the pack, but receives a penalty at some point.
Forearms.
Forearm penalty.
No, that's going to suck.
So they've lost lead. We're going to have a 2-minute jam here. We've got another minute still to go, so plenty of time for Dorney to potentially score some points.
Yeah, as a pivot myself, to get past the star and then giving a 2-minute jam is something that I hate. You're like, yay, I've helped. Oh, no.
And this is the first time that Dorney has worn that helmet cover, has been jamming in this game.
Yes, correct. They've done a lot of work as a blocker, but this is the first time they've had the star on their head.
And of course, this is can be a thing when you've got a relatively short jammer rotation. Sometimes teams have to bring in people who perhaps don't jam as much. You know, maybe they'll be the pivot and get handed the helmet cover when they're not quite so used to it. But Dorney's making a pretty good job of it.
Yeah, I mean, Dorney's an experienced skater. He knows the drill.
I have seen skaters, pivots before, who've been offered the star and have refused it.
Don't wear the pivot cover. Like, you have to know that it might happen. That's why I would only ever pivot for Gruff, because Gruff would never pass the star.
Okay, we've got a team timeout for Black.
Yeah, so they're basically, I reckon they're going to assess what's just happened.
Yeah, so they did pretty well in that jam. 12 points in that one, so extending the lead back to 40 points.
Yeah.
But the last few jams haven't really gone their way, so it might be a good point to have a discussion, bit of a team chat.
Again, it comes down to which one holds their heads better. Yeah.
Absolutely. And there's still 18 minutes remaining. There's plenty of time for things to change one way or another.
Yeah, so we've got some nice talking going on. I can just see the back of the bench manager for Kent at the moment. There's lots of gesticulating, but very calm gesticulating. That's what you want.
I like gesticulating. Yep, that's always good. I think you're doing some while you're commentating, and I mean, sadly, the viewers don't get the benefit of it.
They don't get the benefit of me nodding at you either, but I still do that. We're having a discussion. I'm like, yes.
What an excellent point. Yes, let me stroke my beard. Yes.
It's long and flowing. So we've got Tiggs and Pliskin up to jam. We've got them face to face currently. They're trying to stare each other out.
I think just a bit of fun intimidation. Nothing serious there. Okay, the jam's on. Neither jammer too eager to start, but now they're off. And that worked quite well for the skaters in the box, who can start returning to track.
Oh, and Tiggs is absolutely speeding.
Yeah, it's speeding, but Skate Pliskin already has lead.
Yeah. Nice little
Manages
footwork.
to cool off very stylishly. That's that tiny little cool tap I was talking about. It works okay if there's no one around you.
Yeah, but if you're on the other side of an entire pack, you got no chance.
So 4-0 jam to the Inhuman League there. 1-2-2, place 78.
Let's see where we get to. So Nesta Vipers and Gaviscon. Gaviscon's not been on for a couple of jams, but then again, we have had penalty trouble. So maybe it was the rotation that was messed up.
Could be that. Could be. Yeah, maybe they've got their set walls that people want to play in, and if someone gets a penalty, they end up playing in a different wall.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh.
So Gaviscon through quickly, but receives a forearm penalty and goes to the box.
Yeah.
Which gives Nesta Vipers the chance to earn lead, which he does.
He does. Just been notified by his bench manager that it is a penalty power jam.
It is indeed a power jam.
The problem is that you got Slazem right in the middle of the track, staring straight down your soul.
It's a power jam, but unfortunately their blockers are still on track.
It would be great if there was no blockers.
Yeah.
It'd be fine. But yeah, you've got a really strong wall on there. You've got obviously Dornan and Slazem. So what Kent need to do is really get in there and disrupt that wall.
And they are trying. They're having some success in disrupting the wall there. And yes, Nesta Vipers is through. But Gaviscon back on track and has made it through on their initial.
Yeah, so... Yeah, rather than try and get some points, Nesta calls it because, I mean, you could probably hear the wind whistling past Gaviscon's ears.
I think making an assessment of what the chances were of getting more points than Gaviscon by the time they were able to call it off.
Yeah, health and safety assessments. Really important.
But 4-0 jam to Kent, so they've reduced that league back down to 40 points.
So, Tiggs and Double Tap.
Tiggs and Double Tap.
Tiggs and Double Tap. We got them up for jamming. So Double Tap took the inside, and then outside, which worked really, really well.
Yeah, the inside and then the outside. Alternatively, could be the outside and the inside. Just keep them guessing. Double Tap. More, inside, outside, all over the shop.
It's the switch that puts,
the switch.
Definitely.
Yep, through again there. Doesn't work every single time, but it's a pretty high success rate.
Yeah, well, what it does is it pulls the three wall apart, so you can't be covering the entire lot all the time. So what he's doing is obviously just pulling it apart as much as he can just to get that line. So we've got K-Train has taken the star and is just using brute force. And
Knievel is drawing back K-Train very effectively. Oh, look at that. Double tap on the outside. Made it look easy. I bet it wasn't.
No. I think...
I bet if I tried that, it wouldn't go well.
No, I would be a land on my face. But I think the issue that we're having here is that, the Kent blockers are covering those lines, just that tiniest little gap. And unfortunately, Double Tap has the ability to take advantage of that. Like, you think that you're all the way at the edge. You need to almost be over that line to make sure that he's out.
And of course, the track varies in width as you go around it.
Of course.
In some parts of the track, it's easier to cover the entire width of it. Other parts are wider, and as that jammer, you can mess up that wall by switching from side to side.
Well, a lot of the time as well, like the blockers have their backs to the line.
So that was a 20-point jam to Till. Second time they've managed it in this game.
Yeah.
Excellent play there. And they've got lead again, Pliskin out here.
Yeah, and Skate Winslet. So Skate Pliskin and Skate Winslet. Jesus.
There's a lot of skating going on.
There's a lot of skating going on here.
And that's another 4-0 jam. That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Because the Inhuman League will be thinking, we can, have every jam 4-0 or even 0-0.
Yeah. At this point, that's what they can run with. We've got just over 13 minutes left. And I think, it's just about powering through now. Yeah,
Till are probably going to be thinking, if we can get some leads, if we can control these jams, we don't have to score a lot of points now.
Of course.
Yeah. Not that they say no if they get the chance.
No, of course not.
So there you go. Oh, Gaviscon got out for lead, but a rapid call-off. Not quite sure what happened there.
So there was no Kent jammer.
So Kent didn't field a jammer, so that's why they called it off. So that is going to mean that Kent will receive a delay of game penalty.
For the captain.
For the captain for not fielding a jammer. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, Pro was already on their way to the box.
Knew it was coming.
Yeah.
But at least, the only positive of that is that at least Kent do get to have a jammer on track. It's the captain that serves, then they get to serve as a blocker, though. They're not serving as the jammer.
Yeah. Just means that, because that could have been, that could have been dangerous. You had Gav as the jammer, and it just absolutely left them for dust. So,
years ago, before rules changes, if only one team got a jammer on track, that's the way the jam would go.
Tough cookies.
Yep. There would be only one team would be able to score points for that jam.
Yeah.
Not very fair. So nowadays, the captain gets a penalty, but at least that team does get a second chance to put that jammer on track.
So it was more, because I looked and I was like, why is there only one jammer? I don't see one in the box. So I was right, they just didn't field one. When you question yourself about what's happening.
Yep, I think the officials are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
They're like, is there a jammer? Where have they gone?
The amount of times you're like, where's the pack? Oh, there it is.
But I must say, it's actually not a penalty-heavy game. Some MRDA games, we do see a lot of penalties. We see a lot of people filing out. That's not the case in this game.
No. So what's the highest? We're looking at 4, I think, is the highest
Nobody
penalty.
on more than 4 penalties. 13 minutes left. Yeah, maybe somebody could foul out, but it'd be hard work. It would. They'd have to try quite hard.
I mean, they'd have to, do a penalty, skate through the middle, and then do something else on the way.
Like clatter into the box.
Yeah. Just take out the entire. I've taken out the box before by accident. It's easy done. It's easy done.
It's when I was officiating, I did once give someone 3 penalties at once for 3 separate actions, but in very quick succession.
I had a game where someone fouled out on 11.
That is impressive.
They were going for 1 penalty, and they got a lot after that.
It's a pivot line start.
So Gaviscon on the outside gets knocked off by Brute, run back.
And Nesta Vipers for Kent working hard despite the fact that Kent are down 2 blockers.
Yeah. Fenno tried to run back and Brute said no.
Yeah, and Nesta Vipers there spotting well that the person who had knocked him out of bounds went down themselves. So Vipers was able to jump back on track where they were, didn't get drawn back. So that was a 2-all jam.
So Till have come in for an official review.
I wonder what they were reviewing.
Could it be that hit?
Maybe.
I've got a feeling. I mean, we might be completely wrong.
I found I often have a guess what's going to get reviewed, and often I'm right. Sometimes it's something completely different.
The amount of times I've been like, oh no, I was completely wrong.
Yeah.
That's it.
They wanted to review that contact to the back that I didn't even see at all.
Yeah. Well, we're kind of stuck in one position, so
we've got nice camera angles.
We do have nice camera angles as well.
We get to see what you're seeing.
Yeah, exactly. But you obviously looking up and down between the two, you can't always see everything, and it's the same with referees as well. You can't always see everything.
No, that's why there's 7 referees out there. Plus an alt referee off skates.
Exactly. You need that many sets of eyes.
In fact, today the alt referees on skates have added dynamism.
Yeah, well, that's Dick Von Strike. He's always on skates. You can't make him take them off.
But we're having a chat about this. Our producer's there in the middle, so we will hear quite shortly what the official review is about. Have we guessed correctly?
We shall see.
Yeah.
We shall see.
So I wonder, if people have got their bingo cards at home, should we have announcers completely guess wrong what the official review is about? Is that too wordy? Do we need something shorter for the bingo card?
I think the bingo card is... So I think the official review is that a pigeon flew in and gave Brute an extra force of action on that hit.
I did once get asked to call off a jam because a wasp had flown in. It was like right on the track in front of the blockers from one team. They were going, no, just call it off. We don't want to play. It's dangerous, a wasp.
Dangerous. I mean, if you're allergic to them, but yeah, that's brilliant. I love it.
Talking about dynamism, our producer's running back over.
Ooh, dynamism.
Let's find out what was that official review about and what was the decision.
Oh, I was wrong.
Did it not involve a pigeon?
Well, the pigeon was there.
Yeah,
but I think it was just spectating. It didn't impact the gameplay.
I didn't see this pigeon. I missed it.
You see, it's a camouflage pigeon.
Camouflage. That makes sense. I tell you who's not bothered about the pigeon is Skate Pliskin, who is straight out the pack.
He was a little bit bothered by the Kent blockers, but now not. So would you like to go ahead and...
Yeah, so that official review, it was called by Till. They wanted a cut called on Kent's jammer when they re-entered the track, but the no call stands.
There we go.
No pigeon.
No pigeon.
But a 4-0 jam.
Yep. Hit it, quit it.
That's what they need. If they can get leads, control the jams, they're going to be comfortable. The more jams like that, the happier they'll be. They don't need to be scoring 20-point jams.
No, they don't. Not at this stage.
I mean, yeah, it's quite fun to see a 20-point jam, but they're not going to be bothered. 4-0 is every bit as good for them right now.
Yeah, I think Gav thought that the Kent blocker was going to move there, and they didn't.
And Kent have got a lead. Skate Winslet is out.
So Till are going to do everything in their power. Wow. Yeah. So
that was a great hit there by Crash Matt, knocking Gaviscon out.
Yeah, I think a lot of them seem to have Gav's number now. Is that he's going to try and hit you. You just need to get down.
Get down.
And boogie.
Yeah. But yeah, no, just going in at the right moment, very effective.
Yeah.
You know, it proves even Gaviscon can be knocked out by a hit at the right time.
Yeah. So I think it's been a huge learning curve for both teams during this game.
I mean, you know, if you saw the early jams of the game, you know, Kent were causing no end of problems to Till. Till have had to adjust the way they play. They've had to understand Kent's tactics and how to respond to them.
Yeah, and I think that's the mark of a good team, is being able to change things up as you're going. You know, not even necessarily, you know, even if it's a timeout, but even if you don't need to call a timeout and you can evolve your tactics as you're going just by discussing it between your lineup, then that, you know, that's the mark of a team that works great together. Yeah,
absolutely. You know, teams will have practiced tactics, they have different approaches to a game, but they'll probably have thought in advance, this is how we're going to start off playing, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, because you can't always know what you're going to come up against.
No, I think it's fair to say Till were quite surprised with the challenge that Kent gave them.
I think they have been, yeah.
And Till doing a bit of a team chant there, you might have heard in the background. Did Kent have a team chant?
I don't know. I think we'll find out.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope they both got one.
Maybe I think they just go, the crazy horses. That's the thing, isn't it? Maybe I'm...
Do they do the whole song?
Crazy horses.
No. This is quality commentary here.
It's what the people want to hear.
Double Tap has made it to the front of the pack, but can't yet get past those Kent blockers. Lead now, though.
Yeah. So, the funny thing with Zig was that Zig was just like, yep, that's fine. 2 double thumbs up. That was me.
Sometimes people just know they've got the penalty.
Yeah.
But Nesta Vipers has made it out as well, forcing the call off.
Yeah, so 4-0 on that one.
4-0 Jam, yep. Yeah, Kent controlling the damage, but the Till will be quite happy with that.
Yeah, I think they'll if they're happy just to go for the rest of the game like this, that'll do.
Absolutely.
That'll do, pig, that'll do. See, our producer nodding at me because he knew that's where his brain went as well.
Right, okay, both teams have got a blocker in the box as we go into Jam 16. Skate Pliskin for Till is up against Tiggs for Kent.
And Tiggs is out. So they've got that inside line locked down. You've got K-Trains at the front. You've got...
And at the moment, Pliskin keeps pushing and pushing on that inside line and can't make any real progress.
And being given, I think it was a cut track. Have we got it up here? Let's have a look. Oh, back block.
Back
okay.
block. Okay. So power jam to Kent.
Yeah.
How much advantage can they take?
If they keep putting in the offense like they have been, I think K-Train is literally just making ways for Tiggs, sorry.
Well, yes, but K-Train has now been sent to the box for a back block. So
yeah, just caught it at the wrong time, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, the fewer blockers Kent have got on, the harder it's going to be for them to clear the path. But Tiggs through, 4 points on the board.
And Pliskin's out, and that's their initial.
That is their initial. So Tiggs is going to see how many points they can score. And they've not managed to call it in time. They've escaped. Pliskin is starting to score points as well. 4 points for Pliskin. 4 points. And the Jam is taking each other on and also taking on one of the refs accidentally. So let's just see, are there any, there's some more points to go on? I think there are, yes. So that's 8 points to Kent, 4 for the Inhuman League.
Yeah, so not the biggest make of that power jam, but this still came out on top, which is all you can really ask for in that one.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got an official review.
Yep.
And we'll find out what that is about and let you know as soon as we hear. But in the meantime, I've noticed Kent, 96 points. Earlier in this period, I was saying, will they make 100? At that point, they weren't even, they were only just about 50. It was, it looked like it might be a tall order. It looks like they're going to make that 100 any minute now.
Oh, have you just jinxed them?
Yeah, maybe.
No, we hope that we can, just when you get so close.
It's nice to see teams hit that 100. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I bet you there'll be a cheer from the crowd if they do, when they do, when they do, because it will happen.
So we've got our beautiful Snoogs and our wonderful Smash as are in the middle, waiting on the results of this.
And it looks like
review.
there is a result. The head ref has gone over to speak to the captains and benches.
But turn around, official. You missed it. I can't believe it.
Okay. Yes.
There we go.
Producers quickly finding out what the deal is.
Yeah, so we'll find out what the official review was in a moment. I haven't seen anything change yet. We've got Gaviscon is your jammer for Till, and we've got Skate Winslet as your jammer for Kent.
Okay.
So you've got K-Train and Brute back off.
Okay, so Gaviscon out for lead, but Skate Winslet out as well. So will this be another 4-0 jam? Yes, it will.
Yes, it will.
And I think we're just getting an update on what that official review was about, because I'm interested to know. It wasn't obvious to me.
So it seems that Kent wanted a penalty called on Skate Pliskin for the contact on the jammer.
Oh, yes.
Because they believed that the Kent jammer was a down skater at the time.
Ah, can't initiate contact on a down skater.
Unfortunately, no call stands, as I believe either they thought they were still up and in bounds, or they didn't see the full contact. So either way, no call stands. That's why we started with the full contingent there.
Okay, so I think that's all the official reviews gone. And in this jam, we have double tap for Till up against Nesta Vipers for Kent.
Yeah, double tap just tried to take that inside little jump on the straightaway and was denied. Denied. Yeah, still trying to take that outside line, but...
and Nesta trying to take the inside line. Neither proving very successful. It's tough walls to get past.
Absolutely. But unfortunately, all the Kent blockers were on the inside, so double tap managed to take the outside.
And Nesta Vipers a bit optimistic on the inside and got a cut. So a power jam for Till. What's their tactic going to be here? Are we going to see them try and rack up the points? Or are we going to see them call it and
I can hear the shout. There we go.
And the scout was heard in the end.
I think, yeah, Brute was giving double tap a really hard time, 66 on 66 at the end. So, yeah, easy just to call it off.
And start with the power jam.
Yeah, exactly. And they're putting Pliskin out as the only jammer.
The only jammer on track. But we do have Nesta Vipers in the box.
Yes.
Who could yet earn lead in this jam.
Yeah. I mean, it just depends on how... Yep, there we go. It is a lead jump for...
That was quick.
Pliskin. Yes. I think they just left just enough, like a skate's width on that outside.
That's got to be tough to see if you're sat... Amazing hit there.
That was beautiful.
When people say this sport is full contact, that's the kind of thing we mean.
And K-Train just getting that contact on Skate Pliskin. And Ness is out for their initial pass.
Nice work making it around the outside.
And Till are also throwing all the offense in for Pliskin.
See if Pliskin can score the points on this trip. And it called it a little late there, I think.
Yeah, because Ken got 3.
3 points for Kent.
That just little burst of speed that he got right at the end.
So they could not be closer to that century.
So close.
99 points. 0.999 recurring. No, 99.
What would you get the 0.9 for?
Scoring a point in a really impressive way.
Okay, so is that additional?
Oh, yeah.
Right,
yeah, because it was really impressive.
4.9.
Yeah. It's a bit like ice dance.
Fair. I do miss Grand Slams, to be fair. And that is, takes it out and your lead jammer. So I think...
oh, well, let's not jinx it. Let's see what happens.
Well, I think Gaviscon took a little tumble.
Oh, right.
So that was the only thing that held him back. So
Gaviscon has now made it out.
Yeah, Tix has got at least one.
So we'll see that score update very soon.
Gosh,
they're making everyone work, aren't they?
They're proper making them work.
Yeah, you might think the blockers would be a bit tired by now, but there's no evidence of it. Yellow 6-6 there, picking up a penalty, trying to say that their arm got caught up. There wasn't anything they were doing actively, but the referees disagreed. Yeah.
Yeah, so so Brute will sit, and it was 4 each. So Kent is now on 103.
103, they hit that century, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think, earlier this period, they started the period on less than 50, so they've scored more this period than last.
Yeah. I mean, you could see the work that they are putting in. It is, I mean, how they're doing it in this heat is beyond me.
Yeah, and they've got to play again tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, how we're announcing this heat, I don't know.
Oh, gosh, I know. Like, just sitting still is a chore right now.
We deserve a medal.
You know what? I think we do. So, do you want to speak to the announcers and to the organisers and tell them?
I think I might just go out and buy some.
That's fair.
Maybe like chocolate, not chocolate. It'll melt. It'll melt.
Oh, yeah, it will. Like the little plastic ones.
Yeah. If I do house announcing tomorrow, then I might do it wearing a little medal. Yeah.
Little medal. Why not?
It's what all the cool folk are wearing.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody this weekend, pretty much.
Well, that's it. Skaters, to get here, they had to have a medal-worthy performance in their division.
Exactly. Well, I turned up wearing my my Five Nations medal tomorrow, my third place. It doesn't really count.
Of course it counts.
Every little counts. So we have skate wheel. My brain is.
Skate Winslet.
That's it. I want to say Skate Wilson.
Skate Wilson.
Who's Skate Wilson?
I don't know. I mean, Skate Winslet is a pun on something. Skate Wilson, I don't even know.
Maybe it's the ball from Wilson. So, unfortunately, because I can't get Skate Winslet's name right, they've gone to the box. That's the reason why they've gone to the box.
Is it? It's harsh.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
So Double Tap has lead, is doing some laps of the track, but Kent not too happy about that, trying to block, but didn't manage on that occasion.
Yeah, so they've called Freezing Skate Winslet in the box. Brute's looking a little bit tired, bless him.
Let's just wait for the scores to go up. Yep, 8 points in that jam to Till.
So you've got one blocker, one jammer in the box for Kent.
And nobody in the box for Till.
I know. Interesting.
Well, that should put a smile on Till's face.
Yeah, so K-Train is in a bit of penalty trouble, but then again we've
got less than 2 minutes left in the period.
Yeah. Well, we've got less than a minute left in the period, so...
Yeah.
This could be...
I'm looking at the wrong clock there. That's not very helpful.
Could be the final jam. We shall see.
And it's skate against skate. We've got Skate Pliskin against Skate Winslet. But Skate Winslet gets a cut off to the box. Skate Pliskin has lead for Till and comes round on another scoring trip.
Sorry, Pliskin, though you turned into that.
Yeah, it's not uncommon for skaters to feel contact somewhere that's illegal and think it must be a penalty. Not necessarily.
Yeah,
Depends who's initiated it.
Exactly. Also, if turning last minute means that the blocker, even if they've initiated, they haven't had time to adjust their trajectory. So, yeah, that's why sometimes it won't get called. Sorry.
So, wait for those points to go up on the board. Yep, that is 12 points to the Inhuman League in that jam. 12-0 jam. That is 193 to the Inhuman League, 106 to Kent, and that is an unofficial score.
That is unofficial. I don't feel like that scoreline reflects what's been happening on track.
No, I agree. I think Till have played very well, and they've adjusted to the problems that Kent caused them. But we saw the problems that Kent caused them.
Many problems, yeah. I mean, Kent, you know, they work their behinds off. Just in that, Till were more adaptable, more together, and able just to put the contact where it needed to be.
But if I was a player for Kent, yes, it's not a win, but I would be proud of the way that we played in that game. I think there was some absolutely fantastic blocking going on, some very skillful jamming, and that was proved by the fact that, in the first period there were points when they were in the lead,
Yeah.
and they didn't put their heads down at all. A level of energy that continued to the end of a very hot game was really impressive.
I don't think Kent should put their heads down at all. I think they've done really well today.
They keep their heads way up in the air.
Way up in the air. Yeah, definitely.
High as possible.
And so they've got to play tomorrow.
They do, yes.
Yes.
So they will be playing. So Till tomorrow will be playing in the final, which is, what time is it tomorrow? It's the last game tomorrow. So Till are playing in the final at 6.
No, that's the WFTA final. This is the MRD.
So at 4:30 tomorrow, you're going to see Till up against the winner of the next game.
And then at 2:30...
12:30.
Sorry, 12:30. Oh, 24-hour clock, me.
There's the much-awaited third place match.
Yes, so Kent will be in that one. So next up, we have Crash Test Brummies, and they will be playing...
Chaos Engine.
Chaos Engine.
So, yeah, winners of this will be playing Till tomorrow, and the losers will be playing that third place game against Kent. I think they're both going to have a tough time of it against whoever they're up against. Let's see how they look in this next game.
Yeah, fantastic. So thank you all for listening. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have.
We have enjoyed it a lot.
We have.
Yeah.
I haven't had to stand up and have heart palpitations this time. It's great.
So I've been MC.
And I've been Coco.
And you've been fantastic.
Were you talking to me or everybody watching?
Everybody watching.
Oh, yeah, because I'm not.
I have no issues at all with it. All the people watching have been great.
Yeah, if they've stuck around this long, good on you. Good on you. Right, one more for the rest of the day and then come back tomorrow.
See you for the next game, which is taking place on the hour.
As far as tomorrow. So we got 15 minutes. You got time to make yourself a cuppa.
Great, I'll do that now.
Yes. Good night.
Good night.